That's right, you heard me correctly. You're looking at a guy who's been on chosen property in Utah. I've seen the first-hand filming of a few takes of an upcoming scene in Season 4. I've seen places that have been used for filming in Season 2, 3, and the upcoming Season 4 of The Chosen, which releases next year. I'm very excited to talk about some of what I saw. There's obviously a lot that I'm not able to talk about because it is spoilers and it relates to stuff that hasn't been released in The Chosen yet. There is a lot of stuff I'm not allowed to talk about, but the stuff that I am going to talk about, I'm very excited to share with you, and without further ado...
Trouble ain't bad if the bad is good.
Trouble ain't bad if the bad is good.
I said trouble ain't bad if the bad is good.
Alrighty, so if you don't know the full story, The Chosen this year was doing a fun thing where they announced that anyone who wants to can be an extra in Season 4, the finale of this season. All you had to do was go to Come and See Multiply website. You could start a fundraising page, and whoever raised the most money was given a chance to be an extra on The Chosen Season 4 set. There was about 100, 150, 200 people, I believe, and they were over on the Chosen set over the course of a few days, filming in Utah, and I was faced with my greatest enemy of my age, which I am 16, and you had to be over 18 in order to participate in this filming because of relations to rules regarding the Chosen set, where child labor laws and that kind of thing. I was legally not allowed to be on set, otherwise the set would be fined. And of course, nobody wants that. I don't want the Chosen to have to pay more money on account of me, obviously. So, unfortunately, I was not able to attend that. And also, that same week was a week that I was away at summer camp. So I'm glad that I didn't have to choose between the two. So that burden was kind of taken off my shoulders. So, therefore, I wasn't able to go to the Chosen set. A lot of people were going, and a lot of people I know were on set for that week. And it was a great time for everyone, and I'm so happy that everyone got the chance to be on the set of The Chosen Season 4 and experience filming firsthand, and some people might even be able to see themselves in the final cut when The Chosen Season 4 releases to the public next year. And since The Chosen is so gracious, so loving, so kind, and they care about their fan base, I contacted them, told them I wasn't 18, I wasn't able to attend, and they set up a different set visit where on July 18th, I was able to visit the Chosen set with a few other people in like a little tour group. Got to walk around the set, view a few of the locations, see a lot of really cool stuff, and see some filming in action, which was very, very cool. For someone who loves the show, as you guys know, I love The Chosen. As much as I maybe critique it sometimes I critique it more than I'd like to. I look back on previous episodes, previous videos, and I think to myself, that was maybe a little bit harsh. And I'm 16. So at this time in life, with my teenage line of thinking, first of all, I'm invincible. Nothing really is going to happen to me. And I know absolutely everything. Or at least I think that's how I can come off sometimes. So I'm always growing, always maturing, always learning. So I've made mistakes here and there. But ultimately, I hope what comes through, and I think what does come through, I hope so, really, is that I love The Chosen. That's why I have the podcast. That's why I have the YouTube channel, is because I think it is something worth talking about. It's something I love talking about. So it really is an incredible thing. It's one of my favorite TV shows ever. I think it's just a fantastic, phenomenal show. So I want to talk about it as much as I possibly can, and I cannot wait for the upcoming seasons, and I'm first in line whenever The Chosen does something awesome. It really was a super awesome experience to be on set for The Chosen Season 4. I am beyond thankful to The Chosen and The Chosen crew and everyone involved who was put this together. I just am so thankful because it really was an incredible experience. And for me, as someone who potentially does want to go into the film industry when I get older, it really was just an amazing experience to see filming done firsthand, because The Chosen is really a production just like any other, better than a lot, in fact, and it was just super cool to see filming in action. So I'll give you the full rundown of the story. Right before this filming date of July 18th, the previous Friday, the Screenwriter Actors Guild of America went on strike because they are negotiating things with contracts and stuff, so every production in the country shut down from filming. No TV shows filming right now. Except for one, The Chosen, because they got an exemption waiver from the Screenwriters Actors Guild because they are independent and they've treated their actors well. They got some exceptions made, and they were luckily able to start filming. But on Friday, they had to halt filming. They had to delay. And it was not clear if they were going to start filming by the time my set visit on Tuesday rolled around. So things were unclear there. Therefore, it got to be Sunday. We had to leave on Monday, and me and my dad, who went with me, because, again, I'm a teenager, so I'm not going to fly to Utah by myself. But we were thinking, well, this is a long way for us to go, because I live in South Florida, flying all the way to Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a long way to go, and we're unsure if it's even going to happen in the first place. So we're going to cancel our trip. It was going to be a straight one-stop flight from Fort Lauderdale to Salt Lake City, Utah. Canceled our plane tickets hours later. The Chosen got the exemption waiver from the Screenwriters Actors Guild. So reasonably, we were kind of scrambling around because we were like, well, now we have to be there, like, because we're filming now, so it's gonna be awesome. We need to be there. So now we had to buy plane tickets in a hurry, and instead of flying straight from Fort Lauderdale to Salt Lake City, we instead had to fly to LAX, then fly to Salt Lake City, which was a much longer experience, and there was flight delays and stuff. Our plane left at 6 in the morning from Fort Lauderdale, flew to LAX, got there at around noon. Once we got to LAX, it was cool. I was repeating the Miley Cyrus Party in the USA, first line hopped off a plane at LAX. It was fun. It was fun at LAX for about 15 minutes, and we were going to fly from LAX straight to Salt Lake City, which was going to be easy and convenient. Then that flight got canceled, so then we had to fly to Las Vegas and then to Utah. We did not end up getting to Salt Lake City until about midnight. Then we had to drive an hour to Provo to get to our hotel. So we didn't end up going to bed till 1:30 or 2 in the morning on the day that we had to be on set. We got some good enough sleep. Then it was July 18th, the big day, July 18th, the set visit. The set visit started at 1. That's when the visit started. So we got there at 1 o'clock. There was other people in our tour group. Super awesome. And Fogarty, who is the leader of our little tour guide guy, I believe he was on the 5 and 2 live stream, so you guys should know who he is. He's the kind of, I think he's described as the cool uncle or the cool dad of the Chosen set. I believe he's been described as that before. Super awesome. Super thankful for him. He did an amazing job. He was a great host, a great guide for us. Fogarty, Brad, you're awesome. Thank you. We got to tour around the set, see a lot of cool locations. We got to see where Jesse was healed in Season 2, Episode 4. We got to see a lot of other scenes from Season 2, Episode 4, because this is the Jerusalem set, so this is where they film scenes in Jerusalem for The Chosen. So most of the scenes that are shot there, and it's just really cool to see which areas can be used for many different purposes. They can dress them up in different ways. They can change things, move things around, add walls, ceilings, make things look like interiors or exteriors, and it's just pretty incredible. As the stuff you're seeing on here on the screen, there's just a lot of really cool sets, and it just looks real. It feels like you stepped back in time. The set dressers and the set itself is just so intricately detailed. There's so many aspects, so many things about it. It just feels like you have gone back to first century Jerusalem, and you're really there, and it's just pretty incredible, honestly. I know there's a lot of movie sets out there and a lot of really cool movie sets, but just being there, having something real and tangible. You hear people say it all the time, and it can't fully describe it unless you're there, but it really is spectacular. And there's nothing like actually being on a set, being in this space and seeing just these things around you. There's nothing like it. It really is the best way to experience a movie or TV show, and that's why we all love The Chosen, because it really makes sure to make things authentic and real and tangible. So super awesome. We saw a few scenes, a few people's different houses, a few sets that haven't been seen to the public yet, scenes that are going to be in Season 4, and sets that are going to be used for specific purposes in Season 4 that have not been revealed yet, so I can't talk about those things. But as we did see a lot of cool stuff, I will say, of stuff that I'm very excited to see in Season 4. And they were filming a scene between, all I will say is Simon and Thomas. The few of the other disciples were there, and it was just cool. That was the part that I was most anticipating the most for me, and for obvious reasons. I mean, I would stay all day if I could, but that was the part I was anticipating the most, again, because as someone who would want to go into the film, looking at going into the film industry when I get older. That was the part that was most exciting to me, was seeing the filming in action, being there, standing there, because guys, I could not hear a single word that Thomas and Simon said to each other. They were talking and they were having a conversation about something important. Simon, I believe, was giving Thomas advice about something. I did not hear a single word they said, which is probably good. I think The Chosen is thankful for that. Otherwise, I'd be probably blabbering about something I'm not allowed to talk about on here. But yeah, I was just, it was super quiet. The set had to be super quiet. Everybody had to be still. I got to see the monitor so I could see what the camera was seeing, which was better, but I couldn't see them for most of the time because we were tucked away in a corner to where the actors couldn't see us, to where the camera couldn't see us. But it was just like magic almost, you know. There's nothing like the experience that I had being there while it was being filmed, because it's just so awesome, and it's something that's so cool to me. Just to be there to see something being filmed that I know is going to be used in an episode of The Chosen next year, it was just pretty spectacular. And again, it was weird. I couldn't see very much. I couldn't hear anything. But just knowing that was happening right there, knowing that what's being filmed right here is going to impact so many people, it's going to change people's lives like The Chosen does so often. It's going to be such an incredible piece of art and cinema, not just a good piece of Christian media. That, to me, was so incredible. And it was a weird experience. It was awkward to be standing there and not hearing things and just feeling like, it's this crew that's so spectacular, such an incredible work environment. They're all doing their job and they're in the zone and they're doing their thing, just to be there as an outsider. It was weird. It was awkward, but it was so, so awesome. And I cannot tell you how awesome it was to be there for that moment and experiencing that. They did a few takes. It was just really, really cool. Cannot express enough how awesome and how thankful I am to have been there. Then after that, we looked at a few more things, and we went out to the No Man's Land, which is Utah wilderness, where these giant hills and all this incredible wilderness are, where we viewed a few different scenes. We could see places where scenes outside have been shot. We were told about different scenes that have been shot out here in No Man's Land. It was really cool, and it's beautiful. I mean, again, I come from Florida. I see a foothill, and I go, wow, that's a giant hill. And so I'm not a hills guy. I don't see mountains at all. So to see these giant mountains, they're just incredibly huge. They're enormous, and these giant hills and this beautiful wilderness. For me, it was the first time experiencing it. It's just gawking. It's just marvelous, spectacular, and amazing. It's just so cool. It was awesome. It was really cool detail. Is in Solomon's Porch, this walkway with all these columns where you can see where they filmed numerous scenes in shows, and I believe it's in season 2 and 3. There's going to be scenes here in season 4 as well. The back of it's painted green, totally. Uses a green screen. And so when we went out to No Man's Land, you can see from the wilderness, looking in the distance, you can see that building right there, and the back of it's painted green. So then the filmmakers can paint out the city, because it basically just covers their entire set because it's so big. It makes it easier for them to paint it out in post using the green screen to hide it. So super cool detail as well. You don't think about that kind of thing, but I really appreciate that detail. And just little details like that amount to a giant, amazing production like The Chosen. So then we basically just headed back. We got little boxes with cool little Chosen gifts inside them, and that was pretty much the end of the set visit. In conclusion, I'd like to give my thoughts on the set visit. So, guys, like I said before, it was pretty incredible. It was spectacular. Amazing. Because The Chosen is, and I can guarantee this because I've seen it firsthand, and I've heard from Fogarty and from, the people who are on set. I mean, it's a loving, caring, super awesome environment for the crew and the cast. It's a family that all love each other dearly. They all care about each other. They're all trying to work. I mean, they're all working their butts off to achieve and to create a piece of cinema and art that is like no other. It is, as we can see on the screen, their work is incredible. They're all masters at their craft. Like Fogarty explained to us, they hire people based on who is the best for the job. And the people there on the Chosen set are the best of the best. They are masters at their craft. They're all incredible. And they're all just such great people. They are so awesome. All of them are hard workers, and they do their work with complete excellence, as again we all see on the screen. When it makes it to the screen, it is truly spectacular. Every single person is devoted because they believe that this is something that is worth pouring their time and their hearts and their souls into. And seeing it firsthand, it is totally that. It is all of that and more. So much worth their time. So to any of the cast and crew or people who've worked on The Chosen, your work is beyond anything I've ever seen in person. I guess it's the first set that I've seen in person, but as compared to other TV shows and things and movies that I have seen on the screen, I mean, there's nothing like it. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty awesome. I think that, again, just being on set and seeing it firsthand, it's not hard to see why it's touching and impacting so many people in such the amazing way that it has, because it's truly spectacular, and I'm blown away by all of the people who have worked on the show and put so much time and effort into it to make it the best possible product that it can be and get it out to as many people as possible. So I'm very thankful to be part of this community. As I always say, I try to say it as much as possible because I really, truly am. And I'm so thankful for all of you who are watching, and just thankful to everyone on The Chosen. So it was a great experience. It was awesome. And I cannot wait for the next opportunity to be around these amazing people, which I think would probably be Chosen Con, which is in October, which is very exciting in Texas. I don't like flying. I really don't. It's one of my top 5 least favorite things, or would it be bottom 5? I don't know. I don't like it at all. I don't like flying. I'd rather stay on the ground. Not because I'm afraid of heights, just the experience, being cramped, being in the seat, I don't know. I don't like it. But I have to do a lot of, anytime I want to be with the Chosen or be around the Chosen, be close to the Chosen, I have to do flying, unfortunately. I have to fly in a plane. But I can tell you that flying is worth it for the Chosen, and there's not much that I would say is worth flying across the country. Chosen is. So there you have it. There's my Chosen set visit experience. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on it. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing my experience on the Chosen Season 4 set. It was pretty awesome, and I'm very excited to see the Chosen Season 4 when it finally releases next year on the Chosen app. So, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on this video. Comment down below if you had one conversation and one thing that you would like to say to Dallas. What would it be? Be sure to let me know down below in the comments, and if you would subscribe if you haven't already, that would be greatly appreciated. I would love it if you would do that and turn on all notifications so you can stay notified whenever I post new videos so you can be the first. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Get used to different.